Good morning from Houston, Texas. I have a few minutes. I just had a wonderful conversation with a dear friend of mine, and we just were reminiscing and talking about what God's doing in our lives. And it brought me to a place of remembering a couple years back where I had all my children, actually all 12 of them, around my table for a sibling dinner. One of my favorite things to do. And we were just sharing and talking and laughing and having memories. It was great. At the end of that dinner, as everyone went on their way, I was sitting out on the deck. It was a beautiful evening, and I was pooped. and I realized the thought came to me. And I looked at the Lord and I said, Lord, I'm fading. I'm fading. Now, that may be an interesting word for you, but that's exactly how I like to look at it. For at least 35 years, I was the hub of my home. Everything. I had such a wide range of children from 26 to 44 now, so 18 years of childbearing, and then that on top of that. Everything that went on in the home went through me one way or the other. But I've been displaced. I have been displaced, not in a bad way, but the fact, it's just life. It's the way life has gone since Adam and Eve. And I've simply stepped off the stage, and I'm now sitting about mid-theater, mid-row in the theater. And I am now watching my children on the stage at the height of their lives, listening and doing and working and raising their children, and the busiest they'll ever be in their life. But none of it goes through me. Oh, I hear about it and I chat about it, and I'm certainly involved in lives, but I'm not the hub anymore. And that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. At that same time, I realized my mom, who was at that time in a nursing home about 2 miles away from us, had faded even further back. Now, all my children love my mom. But during that dinner, not once did her name be mentioned. And I'm not saying that that's a negative thing. That wasn't a bad thing. It's just we were talking about current life. And Nanny's life had faded way back to the back of the stage, the back of the theater row. She was kind of in the dark corner up there, nearing the end of her life on earth. You know what? I've grappled with this. I've felt bad about it. I've thought a lot about it. But I've decided that the best thing I can do with this is to embrace it. Embrace the season you're in, whether you're the hub, whether feel like you've been derailed or set off track, or whether you've faded way back to the back of the theater. Embrace where you are. Sit on your couch today and say, okay, Lord, here I am. Here I am. You know exactly where I am, Lord. Whatever season I find myself in, you know exactly where I am. The scripture says in Job, you know the way that I take. And when you have tried me, I will come forth as gold. So friend, you and I are gold in the making. And he has a purpose and he has a plan, working with exactly what you have to offer him and exactly where you are. None of it is too difficult for him. So whatever spot you find yourself in God's eyes, you have not faded. You are the picture on his fridge. You are right there in front of his eyes, moment by moment. I will never leave you or forsake you, he says. I have I have carved you on the palm of my hand. The Lord loves you. You are precious to him. Give him some time today. Find out what he has for you. Oh, he has things for you, no matter what your age. This side of heaven, he has things for you. So be blessed today. Spend some time in his presence. Love you guys.